What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are returning to the hunt for Laplace's box. Last time, in Gundam Unicorn, Banana and Zinnerman traveled across the desert to meet with Zeon remnants who assisted the Sleeves in the Battle of Torrington. Lonnie and the Shamblo fought her father's battles. Riddhe took the beam magnum and killed Lonnie to prevent her from taking more lives. In this episode, we find out who the pilot of the Black Gundam is, and Bright will help Banana make the right decision for himself. So let's get into this. In low Earth orbit, a base jabber from the VIS Foundation is carrying the new Banshee Gundam. The RX-0 Unicorn Gundam 02 Banshee was completed alongside Unicorn Gundam and was stationed at Augusta Labs. Banshee does not contain the Laplace system, and its operating system is designed mainly for atmospheric combat. On Earth, Banshee is superior to Unicorn in mobility and maneuverability. It is heavier than Unit 1 and has two different cycle frame armaments. Armed Armor VN is a melee weapon that stands for Vibro Nail. It uses claw nails and vibrations to strike the opponent and can be used for defensive purposes. The Armed Armor BS stands for Beam Smart Gun, which can anticipate movement and attacks. It uses its unique VFin sensor to analyze the battle data in real time and learn its enemy's movements. The shots aren't as strong as the Beam Magnum, but stronger than your typical beam rifle. This, of course, also has the NTD system, 60mm Vulcans, and a beam saber. They ignore Torrington Base's orders and launch the Gundam. As it falls towards the base, Riddhe realizes that it isn't friendly. He tries to use the beam magnum again, but his arm is completely shot. Banshee shoots at the downed Shamblo, causing Delta Gundam to be pinned underneath the rubble. Banshee rushes Banagher and Unicorn, and it causes him to conveniently pass out for the sake of the story. He wakes up and is still in the cockpit. He realizes he is back in the hands of VFF. Next to him is the Black Unicorn Gundam. The pilot gets out and takes their helmet off. It is Marita Cruz. Just then, the Laplace program activates, revealing the next location to the puzzle. Riddhe tries to talk to Fat Unicorn about what he is doing back on Earth. He tells him that this is a family matter and lets him know that Banana is Cardius Vist's little bastard unicorn. Alberto talks to Martha, who is currently on her Garuda-class ship awaiting delivery of the Unicorn Gundam. They can't get access to the mobile suit, and it is locked to Banagher. Fat Unicorn didn't even know of Banagher's existence, but Martha knew this whole time. She plans on using Mineva to coax Banana into handing over the Gundam. Martha informs her that Cardius is Banagher's father. She wants Mineva to help Banagher give up the codes to unlock Unicorn Gundam. Mineva wants her to release Marita if she is going to help them, but Martha tells her that she is acting on her own free will. She reminds Mineva that Neo Zeon were the ones who created her in the first place. She is now programmed to take down the patriarchy for what they did to her womb. Nice! Too bad this doesn't last long. On the Rockhi Loom, everyone gathers in the briefing room. The crew is mad that the VIS Foundation has so much control over their operations. Bright says they are just following General Staff Headquarters, and the Foundation is a part of them. Bright goes to pay Banagher a visit after he was taken out of the Unicorn and interrogated. He doesn't want anyone to find the location of Laplace's box, because then more people like Lonnie will die. He tells Bright that Zeon never felt like an enemy to him. Bright lets Banagher know that every one of the Gundam pilots that came before him had a reason to fight. What is his reason? He tells Bright that he wants to protect Mineva. Bright goes to speak with Baltachika, who is working with Lu and Co. He wants to get into contact with the Neo Zeon freighter and has a negotiator that is willing to help them out. He is referring to Kai Shiden. Kai contacts Zinnerman and the Garencieres, and they want them to help with an attack to regain Mineva. Luo and Co. are competitors to the VIS Foundation, and Bright in the Rockhi Loom doesn't like when corporations have their grips in the hands of government military spending. Zinnerman isn't sure that they could do this on their own. Kai says that they will have support from the ship that they had a nasty run-in. They will have to work with the Nahil Argama. Meanwhile, on the ship, Otto and the crew are getting anxious, being on standby for about 20 days now. That is when Mihito comes in and gives him a message that they will be assisting the Garencieres. He purposefully takes a sip of his tea before reading and spits it out all over his team. What a drama queen. Meanwhile, Bright talks to his picture of Amado. Uh-oh, old man Bright is losing it. In the hangar, Banagher yells at Riddhe, demanding to know where Audrey is, while EFF G-men, or VIS Foundation agents, follow him. Bright wants a word with Banagher. As the G-men follow, all of the crew accidentally get in their way to give Bright and Banana some privacy. Bright tells Banana that the Garencieres and Nahil Argama will be interfering when they hand over Banagher to Martha's Garuda. That is when he must go and find the Nahil Argama to keep Laplace's box a secret. Bright believes that he was chosen to be the Gundam pilot. Banana says something he's never said to a woman before.
I'm coming.
Audrey makes herself a croissant witch while reflecting on her rejection of helping Martha. Martha says that blood will be on her hands as well as the destruction of Zeon. But damn, does that sandwich look good. The Vis Foundation hires good catering. Riddhe launches with the TriStars, Banagher, and Pudu 12. Banana tries to talk to Pudu and refers to her as Marita, but Fat Unicorn tells her not to listen to the bastard. The Garencieres flies by the Garuda and begins their operation. The Garuda responds with Anxas. The RAS-96 Anxia is the successor to the Ashimar, but also has many components of the Jagan. Like the Ashimar, the Anxia is capable of high-altitude atmospheric flight without the help of a sub-flight system while in donut form. They can transform in a matter of seconds and can be used as a sub-flight system. This unit also uses the same goggle sensor as the Revel. Weapons include 60mm Vulcans, a beam rifle, and a beam saber. It also has a movable shield binder. Everyone engages in battle. Pudu 12 tries to shoot at the Garencieres, but she remembers the captain and hesitates. Banagher comes in and stops her from attacking Neo Zeon. He tells Watts of the TriStars, "Hey, nice space jabber. This is mine now," as he continues his fight with Banshee. Riddhe notes that Banagher isn't killing anyone. Meanwhile, Zinnerman is doing an Air Force One on the Garuda. Pudu 12 tries to shoot down Zinnerman, but she once again hesitates. Riddhe realizes that Zeon is going to try to save Mineva, and he goes in to intercept. As the Vist family preps for the exchange, Riddhe comes in and ruins everything once again. Mineva says, "Dude, this is starting to get sad and pathetic." Riddhe says, "Yeah, but boner." He says that CM Vist used the murder of his family to achieve political power. But the one-year war seemed to muddy up the waters over the course of the last century. Mineva realizes that he knows what the box is. An explosion goes off. Riddhe wants Mineva to come with her and forget about the new type curse, but he is still denied. Take a hint, dude. Neo Zeon begins shooting, and Mineva runs off. Unicorn and Banshee continues their fight outside. As the Vis Foundation fights off Neo Zeon, Alberto reminds Martha that the two Gundams together have the ability to create a psycho field and realize that if it does, the Axis shock will happen all over again. Mineva runs into Zinnerman, who tells Mineva to escape without him. She heads out to the edge of the Garuda. Riddhe once again tries to stop it. Let it go, dude. She says that they are on two different paths, and she jumps off the ship. Also, he has the information that Mineva needs, and she's still like, "Nah, I'll take my chances jumping out of this plane." Mineva uses her new type senses and tells Banagher to catch her. He instantly senses her. The NTD system was turned off after the 5-minute time limit, but he was able to reactivate it. He chases Mineva and picks her up. They return to the Garencieres to drop her off, and then he goes back out to help Marita. The two Gundams engage in battle and crash into the Garuda, where Zinnerman almost dies. Crybaby Riddhe does a little bit of crying. Marita tells him to shut up and attacks him. Zinnerman tries to stop her from fighting and tells her to come back with him. She remembers her memories with Zinnerman. Riddhe tries to shoot at the Gundam before passing out. Marita realizes she is in the Gundam, but she hates the Gundams. Her two programs are conflicting, and they do a good old-fashioned reboot. Banshee shuts down, but Zinnerman is there to catch her. Fat Unicorn Man has lost his new toy. The Nihil Argama makes it to the battlefield. They aren't sure if they should be helping a ship that was tailing them in the past. But honestly, Otto is just happy he has something to do. However, the Garencieres doesn't have enough power to make it to the Nihil Argama and is slowly falling into Earth orbit. They don't have enough fuel to meet up if they have to go around the Earth one more time. This is their only chance. But what do they do? That is when Unicorn Gundam and two remaining Gear Zulus begin pushing the ship to keep up its course with the Nihil Argama. Zinnerman believes that the ship is currently not working for Neo Zeon or EFF at the moment, and they can trust them. Otto deploys the Balut system and a tether cable. Unicorn's NTD system activates. Rather than push the ship, Unicorn grabs onto the tether cable and does a Spider-Man. The suit isn't strong enough to hold while entering the atmosphere. As he struggles, a green cosmic glow emits from the Gundam. The spirits of Daguza and Gilboa help him. Bright smiles as he had faith in Banagher. As Marita escaped with the Garencieres, Riddhe goes, "Oh hey, free Gundam." Suddenly, a giant megaparticle cannon almost hits the Nihil Argama. They realize it is the Dagos Gyar ship, the General Revel. Zinnerman thinks that this was a trap all along, but Mineva notes that they are targeting both ships. They plan on taking both out. The General Revel sends out Rezel Type Cs and Jagan Type A2s. The RGM 89A2 Jagan Type A2 GR has general overall performance improvements than the original Jagan, and slight improvements on the propulsion system's output. It also has additional thrusters on the legs and backpack, which improve mobility. Weapons include a Vulcan pod system with an added sensor unit, hand grenades, a beam saber with 2 beam emitters, a beam rifle, and a shield. The RGZ-95C Revel Type C GR is specifically designed for the General Revel. These units do not have mega beam launchers that the Revels on the Nahel Argama use in the future. It also has a different color scheme. Other than that, these Revels have the same weapons loadout, which includes a grenade launcher, a beam saber, a beam rifle, and a shield. Banagher tries to fight, but he is out of fuel. There is nothing he could do. However, Angelo and the Rosen Zulu in full frontal in Sinanju comes to help out. The YAMS-132 Rosen Zulu is designed off of the Hamma Hamma and uses a quasi-Psychomu designed for old-type use. It uses Incom tech developed by Murasami Labs, which, yes, is the same used with the Mark V. It uses wired control beam weapons. The Psychojammer disrupts the connection and function of enemy Psychomu-guided weapons similar to the NTD system. The base of this model at its core is still Angelo's custom Girizulu. Other weapons include a Mega Beam Shield, which also include a Mega Particle Cannon and an I-Field Generator, a Wired Shield Unit, and extra propellant. Angelo is able to take out the Revels and Jagans with his Incom system. Did he just make his mobile suit do a bow after showboating? I respect that. Full Frontal goes head-on with General Revel. And that will do it for this episode. The first half of this series is Banagher going, I'm with Zeon. No, I'm with EFF. No, I'm with Zeon. But now that we are certain that he wants to protect Mineva, we will start to see less of that. Next time, we will see Full Frontal in action. The Sleeves and the Nahel Argama will work together, but Echous and Full Frontal have their own agenda. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, nobody likes a crybaby. Mineva. Peace.